Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today's video is about all the rose fragrances in my collection. And I'm so excited for today's video as it is a collab with my very good friend from the UK, the beautiful Chantel Tiffany. Chantel makes these amazing perfume videos. She has a beautiful collection of perfumes, designer and niche. And I absolutely love how she describes her perfumes. And she also makes sure that her perfume videos are very aesthetically pleasing. She will coordinate her clothes and her makeup with the theme of the perfume. So it's really a lot of fun to watch and I'm super excited to be collabing with her. She will be sharing about 11 or 12 rose fragrances from her collection and we have completely different collections. So between the two of us, I'm sure there'll be something for everyone. So if you love rose, do go over and watch her video, and while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to her channel. And if you're here from her channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. And please do subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And please be sure to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of future videos and giveaways. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram. Moving on to perfumes. I have 19 perfumes, both designer and niche. And it's funny actually, before I did this video, I didn't realize I had so many rose perfumes because in my mind, I'm always looking for a good rose fragrance. And some of these perfumes I bought not because I was specifically looking for a rose perfume, but because I like how they smelled and it just happens that rose is one of the prominent notes. So I have included those as well. And because I have so many perfumes to talk about, I won't be going over notes in detail. But if you have any perfume that you would like me to review or if you have any questions about them, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And while these are not in any order of preference, I have tried to loosely group them as cool weather, warm weather, and all year round fragrances so that my viewers from different parts of the world will find this relevant. So let's start. First are spring summer fragrances for my lovely viewers in the Southern Hemisphere. And the first one here I have is Rose Milano. This is a beautiful rose chypre fragrance. It's a very modern chypre. It's soft, green, powdery rose. Very easy wearing, great for work, quite inoffensive. I have reviewed it on my channel and I don't know why this one doesn't get talked about that much. Last I checked on Fragrantica, which was about a week ago, and still the only review that this has on Fragrantica is mine. So if you want to know more about it, please do watch my video. Next is Yves Saint Laurent's Paris. This is such a classic. It's green, it's crisp, it's sweet, and it has a lot of jasmine along with rose. And this is very powdery and very long lasting for an EDT. This is one of my go-to fragrances for spring. Every time I wear it, I feel like I have a spring in my step. I just feel so happy. It is a very bright, cheerful kind of a fragrance. Next up are Guerlain's Aqua Allegories Rosa Fizz and Rosa Rosa. And I'm showing them both together because to me they smell very similar, almost identical. And even their notes are very similar. They both have lychee, rose, blackcurrant. One has orange and bergamot, the other has mandarin orange. And they both have white musk in the base. So very, very similar. And they both are very beautiful, very playful, very cheerful, very bright, fruity, rosy perfumes. And for an EDT and for a spring summer perfume, they do last fairly long. I don't have to respray. And I don't really think these are very girly fragrances. But it's for one of those times when it's hot and you want something cooling, refreshing, something that's floral, fruity, playful, flirty, easygoing fragrances. Next is Chloé Haute Parfum. This is a very beautiful, musky, fruity, sweet, woody rose. Very safe for work. In fact, this used to be one of my fragrances that I used to wear for interviews in summer, and I get a lot of compliments when I wear this. Actually, at first I didn't like this fragrance at all. I thought it was too musky for me, but this was really hyped up back then and everybody seemed to be raving about it. So I continued to test it, and the more I tested it, the more it sort of grew on me, and I started with the travel spray and now this is my second bottle. However, now I do think that I might be over this. I'm not sure. I didn't reach for it that much this summer. I did purchase a lot of other fragrances that I was trying. So Yeah, it still smells so good. I don't know why I didn't reach for it this summer. It's really nice, very, very elegant, very feminine, really beautiful, a very happy, nice rose. Now I will make a note of wearing this next summer. The next two fragrances are very affordable rose fragrances, but at first I was a bit hesitant to include them in this video because they don't work on me anymore, and I have been using them more as room sprays. But fragrance work differently on different people, so I thought I would share them. And I have also talked about them in my breast cancer awareness video, Pink is the New Black. And these are Solid Notes Rose and British Rose from the Body Shop. I have this one on a strip of paper and it smells so nice. It's just so sad it doesn't work on my body. Very easy wearing as well if it works on you. And this one I have on paper as well, and it smells kind of similar on paper as it does on my body, so maybe it's not me, maybe it is the fragrance, I don't know. I ended up getting it because I really like this fragrance. I thought it was a very nice, fresh, citrusy rose, but there is something in here that I don't like. But I do know that Solid Notes reformulated all of their fragrances and now they're all in EDP formulation. So maybe that smells different. I will have to check that out. If you have the EDP, let me know how that's working for you and if it smells any better. Moving on to winter fragrances. First up is La Fille de Berlin by Serge Lutens. This is a beautiful incensey rose. It's dark, it's deep, it's velvety, slightly bitter, slightly sour, and I think it's a great fall and winter fragrance, and even for a date night. And it's what I call a serious rose, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like those Aqua Allegoria playful roses. Well, we are talking about winter fragrances, so they do tend to be a little bit more deep, more intense, quite incensey, and this is all of those. If you like roses, definitely check this one out. This one is still new in my collection and I'm still testing it out. I will review it soon. Next up is Chantel Royale by Gala. I have talked about it in my 4 Elements tag video. I love this fragrance from first sniff, and I don't know why I waited so long to get it. It was a bit pricey for me at that point in time. It does retail for $200. However, I picked this up this year for $150 and I got the set, so I do have a travel size as well, and I thought that was a good deal. This is a beautiful rose oud fragrance. It's very strong, lasts forever, and although the name is Chantel Royale, I do get a lot of rose as well. I mean, there is definitely a lot of sandalwood as well, but I get a very strong, prominent note of rose. It's very smoky, very dark and bitter because of the oud, and you really have to like oud to like this fragrance. And it smells really mysterious and exotic and really very beautiful. Next is Diva. Now this is a chypre fragrance and it is very vintage smelling. If you like fragrances from the 80s, then you will like this. It's loud, it's bold, it's strong. I don't think it's a safe blind purchase unless you really like chypre and vintage smelling chypre. But after it settles, it turns into this really beautiful, beautiful rose. And it's so strong. I wore this one yesterday and I can still smell it on my arm. Even though I scrubbed like anything, I still smell it. This one has a lot of white flowers like ylang ylang, tuberose. And in the base notes, it's got sandalwood and vanilla. And it's just a gorgeous fragrance. Smells incensey as well. Quite beautiful. Do try this out if you're into these kind of fragrances. Next is Frederick Malls Promise. This was a blind purchase for me and I am so glad I bought this. It's just my kind of perfume. It's very strong. It has a lot of woods and spices, a lot of incense, smells really sweet, and I am in love with this one. And although it doesn't have oud, but it does smell oudi to me. So again, a lot of rose, a lot of spices. So to me, it smells a lot like a spicy, incensey, woody, deep, velvety, dark rose. And it's very beautiful. Do check this one out. Now let's move on to fragrances that I think are great for all year round. And again, I just want to remind that these are just very loose classifications. Of course, you can wear anything you like at any time of the year for any occasion. First up is Esol. And actually, I had originally thought this was more appropriate for fall and winter because I first smelled it when it was cold. I was looking for something that was a bit more special occasion, a bit more strong, little bit sweet. And so I bought this thinking that this would be a good winter evening fragrance for me. But then the more I wore it, the more I think that it is light enough. It does start out very strong, but it does lighten up. There is this certain fruitiness in this, which does make it appropriate for summer as well. Probably summer evenings and not a hot summer day. So this is also a chypre. It's got a very sweet, jammy rose and a woody dry down. Again, quite a contrast to the Aqua Allegories, which are light daytime fragrances, but this is more appropriate for evening wear, at least in my opinion. Next is the Gala Classic. This is Nahima. This is such a stunning, beautiful rose. I remember we were in Vegas and I tried it and it smelled so beautiful. And I think at that time it was still in the old bottle, not in the B bottle. And I do think from just that one sniff and how it evolved on me, I do have a feeling that the formulation has changed a bit. That one was what I would call a serious rose. This one is a little bit more bright, more crisp and sharp, and it's quite beautiful. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but it's just, I feel that difference a little bit. But that was such a long time ago. Maybe I'm fuzzy. Do let me know in the comments below if you know that this has been reformulated. But this is a really beautiful, delightful rose. It is quite green. It is very woody and sweet, and it is uplifting as well. But it's still a fragrance that you could wear all year round. Maybe not in winter evenings. It might be a bit too cool and green. But I do see this one working on a nice, slightly warm, sunny winter day. Next one is Baby Doll by Yves Saint Laurent. This one is not sold in the US. I'm not sure if this has been entirely discontinued because I did see it being sold in Southeast Asia. However, I have not found it anywhere here except on eBay. But if you can get this one, this is a beautiful, beautiful rose fragrance. So pretty. And I know the name is not ideal, but this is the very happy, sweet, cheerful, fruity, woody, citrusy fragrance. This one has citruses, fruits. It also has rhubarb. It has incense and woody notes. But this is a really sweet, fruity, sharp, juicy rose, and it's one of my favorites. This is my second bottle of this perfume, and this is a really old bottle. The liquid has turned transparent, although it's supposed to be a nice bright pink color. I think it's an all year round fragrance, although I love wearing it for an evening out. And when I spray this, I am going to smell this the next day as well. So really good performance for an EDT. Next is Maison Francis Kurkdjian's A la Rose. This is such a beautiful, beautiful rose. It's so refined. It's very modern. The opening is very creamy, almost like you're putting a rosy body cream or body lotion. So in that sense, it does not smell very unique, but because it is so well blended, it does not have any sharp edges. It does not have any annoying, horrible bitter notes or sour notes that you get sometimes from rose fragrances. It is very sweet though, very musky as well, and it smells very clean, like a clean, sweet, beautiful, beautiful rose. It's a very simple fragrance. There's nothing complicated in it, but it's just very beautiful, very smooth, very, very well made. It lasts all day on me, and if you want a simple, uncomplicated rose that's good for all year round, and if there was probably only one rose fragrance that you could get, I would recommend this one. It's good for any occasion. It's very elegant. It's great for work. It's great for a romantic date. I think it's a very versatile all year round fragrance. Next is Red Roses from Jo Malone. And I also have a travel spray here. So, you know, I really do like this one. The opening of this one smells just like freshly cut roses. It starts out very strong, very sweet. And although it does have other notes like lemon and mint, violets, But to me, the sweetness that I get is more the sweetness I would get from a natural rose. This one does turn a little bit bitter on me towards the end of the day, which is a bit of a put off, to be honest. However, I like the opening so much and I love how it smells for the next few hours that I'm willing to overlook the bitterness aspect. And I do spray it again if it starts to get too bitter. And that's where the travel spray comes in handy for touch-ups. Next is Joy Bejon Pateau. To me, this smells like a crisp green jasmine and rose fragrance. The jasmine to me is more pronounced, but I do get a lot of rose as well. A gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. It is a classic. It was launched around the Depression, and it was supposed to be the most expensive perfume made in those times. It was supposed to cheer up people. But this is such a classic and timeless perfume. I don't think it smells vintagey at all. It is very much wearable even now. It's a beautiful fragrance that I love wearing on special occasions. Although you can wear it all year round, you can make it a signature scent. Anything goes. But I wear it mostly when I want to feel special, when I want to hang out with friends or for date nights. And I like wearing old fragrances. I love getting a kick out of wearing something that was made in the 1930s or 1920s. Yeah, I'm like that. So I really enjoy wearing this one. It's a beautiful fragrance. Do check this one out. And I had bought Joy long back from Costco when it was, I think, $45 or $40 for a 100 ml bottle. And at that time, I don't know what happened. I think I loved it, but my husband thought it was very old smelling. And so I ended up returning it. Big mistake. I should have kept it because I've had to spend considerable amount of money to get this tiny little 1 ounce bottle, but it's worth it to me. Next is Tresor from Lancome. This is a very peachy, syrupy, ambery rose. It's very sweet, but not too much, and it really sparkles on me when I wear it, and it smells really very lovely. This to me is such a romantic and feminine perfume, but it's not just appropriate for date nights. I think it can be worn anywhere. I've worn it to work, and I really get wafts of it throughout the day. It smells pretty and it kind of smells warm and cool at the same time, if that makes any sense. So I do think it's appropriate for any weather. I probably may not wear it on a very hot summer day, but I have made it work even on a hot summer day by spraying it lightly. This smells really pretty, sweet, elegant. It smells very effortlessly put together as well. And the last two are Parfum de Marly Delina and Delina Exclusive. Both of these are rose fragrances. This is a very sharp, tart, sour rose fragrance. And this one is a sweet rose vanilla fragrance. I mean, both these fragrances are very sweet, very long lasting. They have a lot of rose and they have a lot of other stuff going on as well. They are very popular currently, very hyped up. And that's why I wanted to try these, and I will have my review up soon. Give me a few weeks, please. So that was it, guys. This was my entire rose fragrance collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel. And be sure to go over to Chantel's channel to see the rose fragrances that she has to share. She has some awesome rose fragrances for you all. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.